Hey guys, so you want to improve your win rate. Alright, but before we can properly talk about how to improve your win rate, we need to first understand why it feels like a struggle to begin with. Okay, so you've probably heard of or played games like League of Legends, Dota, CSGO, probably the most competitive esports out there at the moment. The one thing they have in common is that they all have 5 players on each team. Let's think about this for a second. Even in those games with 5 players, it still feels incredibly toxic, and sometimes, or maybe most of the time, feels like it's just a matter of luck. If the players on your team were just better than theirs, or their players were better, or there was an AFK or a toxic person or something that leads to winning or losing the game. Now with Overwatch, there are 6 players. In my opinion, this makes people tilt way faster, and it's really likely that most of the players in your game, whether it's on the enemy team or it's on your own team, are experiencing some kind of tilt. We're all human, and everyone deals with things differently. Competitive games are really rough, and everyone struggles with the emotions and the stressful nature of it all. And even at the highest level of play, those players will suffer from poor decision making, or their aim might just be off, which will cost them the game. Everyone tilts. It's just what happens when you put time and effort into something and feel like it's going nowhere. Or just going somewhere but very slowly. Or it could be a specific person spoiling your mood, or a game mechanic that you just don't like. Personally, nothing makes me tilt more than my teammates just not cooperating, or not even communicating or working as a team. Like, that's the one thing I hate the most, is not feeling like a team. But when I rage, I keep it to myself, and when I push down my push to talk key, it's always something constructive or friendly sounding. It's never me saying, "Oh, you're fucking shit, you need to go kill yourself, cunt, fucking die." At times, I think I'm like bipolar or something, because someone will do something really fucking retarded, and then I'll just point at the screen and be like, "What the fuck are you doing, you stupid cunt?" But then 2 seconds later, I'll come in and I'll be like, "Hey, can you please swap off Junkrat, please, and maybe get a hit scan character to deal with their Pharah? Our supports are really struggling, man. That'd be great." Just like it never fucking happened, but 5 seconds ago, I was just about to kill the guy. So I guess this brings me to my tips on how to improve your win rate by basically untilting your teammates and actually unlocking not only each individual player's potentials, but the entire team's potential as a whole. So let's get into it. Tip number 1. Don't sound negative. Just like music changes your mood, so can the tone of someone else's voice. Always try to sound upbeat and positive, but if you can't do that, for whatever reason, you can settle for neutral. And please, whatever you do, don't sound like this guy. Hey guys, can we stop dying, please, for fuck's sake? I just really want to win. I haven't won in ages. I'm just tilted. Can you guys please? I need this win. I've dropped down 300 points, and I just really need this. Fuck this game. I'm going to uninstall. When you hear that, what do? Like, it's basically the guy telling you, "I'm throwing in the towel. I don't want to play anymore. I've come into this game to be negative, and there's nothing you can do about it. You're stuck with me." Personally, I don't want that in my game. Tip number 2. Try to get your team into a chatty mood before the game even starts. We have to understand that our teammates just came out of a game, and it's a 50% chance that they won, or a 50% chance that they lost, right? So if it was a loss, they're not going to be in a good mood. So you have to take their mind off of the previous game by saying something stupid, something distracting, like, "Hey, anyone like memes? How was your day?" I'm not too sure if this is acceptable everywhere, but I'm playing on Australian servers, and we're a bit more blunt, so you can try saying something like, "Hey, anyone here suck dick?" Or "I love a good dick." It usually sparks a conversation or even a debate on how sucking dick is not really gay, and especially if it's a feminine dick, you know what I mean? Tip number 3. Try to get everyone on their preferred role or character, and if your character pool isn't that big, maybe you should work on expanding it so you can become more flexible, and maybe you'll even gain a better understanding on what the other roles in the game do, or how to play with different characters on your team. Just as a quick example, like if you want to be healed by Ana, you have to be in line of sight of her because positioning is very key for her. Or if you have a Mercy, it would be very beneficial if everyone died on the same point, so that her res is very effective. Just stuff like that. Tip number 4, communication. Assuming you followed all the previous tips, this should be easy. You have to call out the locations of high priority targets, just like Reaper, you know, especially if it has ult. Call out if an enemy is out of position or overextended, so that your team can focus and punish them, which will lead into an advantage. Call out ults and ult combos. Say like you have a Zarya ult and a Tracer ult. That can be very devastating, because really the objective of the game is to build ults quicker than the enemy team and use them in a combo or to counter the enemy ults and abilities to ultimately win a fight for control of the objective. And the last tip, tip number 5, have fun. If you're like me and you don't have fun solo queuing, play with a friend, and if your friend is any good, then on paper that's 1/3 of the team that you are sure can perform well, which on its own should improve your chances of winning. So I personally play so much better if I'm having fun and my mind isn't on every little detail of the game, because I guess it allows me to focus on what's actually important and filter out all the unnecessary things in the game. Anyway guys, thank you for watching my video. I hope it helps. Please don't forget to thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more. See you later and take care.